the large amount of your personal wealth is tied up in one or two positions, it's always this up and down roller coaster feel. Particularly for my position, I was having to share, I was like concentrated in Tesla. Like that's definitely a roller coaster to be on a lot of the time. So for me, over time, understanding what was out there to help me manage that was actually important to also, by bringing all these other strategies in play, you could try and think a little bit more objectively about it. And it's always helpful to know that like having some tools out there that can help you, especially manage the tax burden, that really helps you, feel like you've really preserved the wealth that you've created. And I see exchange funds and cash as a very critical piece of that toolbox. And for me, it was, how did that fit into my overall strategy about diversifying over time? And for me, obviously managing the tax burden of doing that. I had like certain triggering criteria where, maybe it hit a certain stock price and I would do a little bit more, or it would be less and I would maybe sit out one round, but like have this regular cadence of diversifying. Because again, for me, and again, a lot of the reason why people use exchange funds is to diversify over time and obviously have the tax advantage. So is it going to be perfect? Of course not. Is it going to help you in the long run? Yes. Like on a probability weighted basis, I did reasonably well. But at the end of the day, you can't really ever predict these things. And it's more about like being comfortable with the range of outcomes that might happen and executing towards that. As opposed to trying to like perfectly hit, a peak or really avoid a huge loss. At the end of the day, like I feel, I think comfortable in my choices, a little bit validated, a little bit, relieved, but also pragmatic. And I would say, net, I'm pretty happy with it. Doing it in a tax efficient way just almost feels like you're already 30% ahead. And I think that's a huge reason why exchange funds and cash are such an important part of the whole strategy. I'm very self-directed in the way I manage my finances, and I think a lot of people are moving that direction now. You don't really need a sophisticated advisor, and cash just brings it to your fingertips. Such a, again, easy to use interface. I can see all the fees, all the management, how the fund is tracking. Everything is in a clear dashboard, easy to access, and very frequent closings, which I think is another advantage versus some of the traditional funds where they're not closing as regularly.